darling. So I'm driving today. I wasn't supposed to be leaving the house. I had so much to do, and I left the house, and that is nothing new. I get so little done in a day because every time I look at what I need to do in the house, I realize how many other things I would like to do outside of the house. Okay, but I bought tickets, my first artist table for the Made in Canada show coming out in September, beginning of September. Supposed to be next weekend. Thank God it's not exactly ready yet, but it will be. But my whole brain talk is, what size should my art be and how do I display it on this table? And I've never done a table before, and there are a million ways to do it, and some of them are better than others, and there's no right way or wrong way. I think there's wrong ways. Maybe there's right ways. I don't know what I'm doing. I really want to do well, and I think I'm going to become a starving artist pretty soon. Please buy my art. I don't know. I don't even have much up for sale right now, so we will. Anyway, so I went to my go-to creative bag, and I was just looking for hopefully display stands, which they have. Not anymore. They used to have. They used to be good. Now they just have bags, hopefully. But they did have some good deals on bags, so I got some bags. And I got, instead of canvases, trays. Unfinished wooden trays, which, hey, are like a built-in framed canvas or a tray that you can use for anything you want. So I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to spend money I don't have on something I really don't need to spend money on. But eventually I'm going to need to buy new canvases, right? And then I'm going to have to wonder how to present those. So why don't I spend money I don't have on things I don't need? So I did that. And then I'm like, yeah, but I've got these bags. Still don't know how to display my things. I'm going to go to Umomo. So don't ask me why. I went from North York to Scarborough, sat in traffic. It is 2:47 p.m. I left the house at 9:30, I think. Well, I had breakfast at the Marriott, and it was nice. It was fun. It was great. It was a birthday breakfast. They gave me a little cheesecake at the end, and they sang happy birthday, and that was really nice. I like that. And now I've spent, as I think mentioned a few times, money I don't have on things I don't need. That's not exactly true. I need these things. I will make sure that I have needed these things because I will make art on these things, and I will make you watch me making art on these things if you so choose to engage, which I appreciate. Please watch me make art. Please buy my art. Or don't. You know, like, it doesn't matter. I want to make art. I'm going to make art. Art. I went to a comedy show on Saturday, and they asked if anybody was celebrating anything special, and I said me. And they're like, great, what are you celebrating? And I said, my birthday. And they're like, how old are you? And I told her, and she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Every year's a gift. I made it another one. Last year I was waiting for cancer treatment and a boob job. And so ironically enough, she's like, I look great for your age. What? Well, she didn't say it like that, but pretty much. And then she's like, you're not. Have you had work done? And I'm like, yes, I had a boob job. And she's like, real boob job? Oh, well, that's brave of you to say so loudly in public. And my companion is now shriveling up in her seat from secondhand embarrassment, which is what my companion does whenever we're out in public. I'm getting used to it. No, I'm not. But it's, anyway, not intended to make them feel uncomfortable, but they do. It's okay. So anyway, at this point, she's asking about details about my boob job, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, really? I go, yeah. She goes, what, one, two, both of them? Yeah, both. And this is going on for a little longer than my co-conspirator is enjoying. So at this point they say, it was breast cancer, and the whole room just kind of goes, oh, this isn't as funny as we thought this was going to be. And least of all, the host who had been trying to warm up the crowd for the upcoming comic was like, my next joke's not going to be as funny as I wanted it to be. Her joke wasn't all that funny anyway. It was just one of those comic things that I'm not sure why. But mine was funnier because, you know, the deafening silence of people feeling awkward that I had a boob job from cancer. You know, like, you know what, like, it was a cheaper way to get a breast reduction than it would have been otherwise. They were huge, they were heavy. I was, you know, and now I don't have to worry about a bra. But anyway, everybody's like, just the room is just dead. I think that the pin could hear a pin drop. And I just started laughing, like just roaring, crying, laughing. It was so funny. And then everybody else starts laughing, except for the host. The host was not laughing. She was not having it. She was just like, yeah, so I'm going to tell my joke anyway now. So I was walking with a friend, and then my friend punched me in the tit and said, I never liked you anyway. And I'm not really sure what the rest of the joke was. I don't care. But you know what? It was just like one of those things. I'm sure there was a punchline. I took the steam out of her sails. I'm so sorry. But it was a good show. We had a good time. I would go again. And I feel bad for this girl. But yeah, it was a really funny moment. Cancer jokes are so funny when you're not afraid to tell them anymore. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You get cancer and you can't tell a joke? You can. Gives you a license. Cancer's funny. You know what's not funny? Dying. But if you are still around, you should laugh at it. And now I'm going to go laugh at myself trying to make justice out of the fact that I spent money on art supplies, because you know you're an artist when two things happen. Can't walk past anything without thinking that's a cool art supply, and can't walk past anything that could be a cool art supply and buying it with money you don't have. That is being an artist. Now I know. Now I am an artist, because honest to God, I have issues. Okay, bye.